for you. It's Eva's Corner on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 9 minutes after the hour, y'all. Eva's Corner is right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about everything womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. Ricky, I got one today, and I'm going to need your help, bro. So I'm not even going to ask, do we have a double standard? Because I believe we do. When raising our kids, especially teenagers, Ricky, we raise our boys different than we raise our girls. We impart different values in our boys than we impart in our girls, and a lot of that is just cultural. It has been the way of the black people for years. And my question is, why? And are we getting to a different place? Because today's reality is different than yesterday's reality. We know things differently. So are we still applying those double standards when raising our teenage boys and girls? And specifically, Ricky, when it comes to purity. So we value our girls' purity. We value that, and we teach them to value it. But do we teach our boys the same about their purity? And do we give them that same information and explain to them how special they are? The same way we do our girls. Did you?
Right. I think that back in the day, mothers used to be harder on boys. I always thought my mom was a little harder on me than she was my sister. But in today's time, man, These teenagers nowadays, they just totally different. They totally different. You got guys that don't, teenagers that don't know how to cut grass. They don't know how to do simple things in the yard. They don't, 19, 20 years old, don't know how to change a tire, don't know the positive and the negative and how to jump off a car, don't know how to shake hands. Weird. Hoodie on their head, skinny jeans, pants sagging, looking in a cell phone, don't know how to interact and communicate with other family members and different folks, man. And I just snap them out of it. With me, I take cell phones when I see that you're addicted to your phone. When you come over here, give me your phone, put your phone down, enjoy your cousins, open up your mouth, talk, take the hoodie off, take them earrings out of your ear. You can't walk around my house. I don't care what nobody else do. Teenage boys cannot wear earrings in my house, period, at all, whatsoever. That's just my rule. I just don't, I don't like it. You just don't get to do that. So,
Rick,
I'm just, yeah.
Manners are one thing, but I'm talking about because you are a parent and you have raised children to adults, to college graduates, to professionals. And when it comes to sex and intimacy, is there a different priority that you have for your girls than you have for your boys?
Yeah. Well, I definitely never encourage that with my boys. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell them, wait the marriage. I don't, hey man, go out there, man, get them good. When you hit it, here goes some condoms, go on, dad. I just never been that kind of, it's already an uncomfortable conversation to have anyway, but you have to have the conversation. But if you're going to have the conversation, you tell them to be respectful, and just in case, if you do decide to have sex, here's how to protect yourself and, make sure that you're in a long, committed relationship and don't just be out here trifling like that and bringing drama to yourself.
Absolutely.
And, get somebody's daughter pregnant and all that kind of stuff. But it's...
What about you, Kay? Are the values different with guys versus girls?
Yeah, I think they are. And if you're not conscious about it, you can fall into that trap, because as a man, I think our natural instinct is to want to see that our seed is following in our footsteps of, being a hetero, being an alpha male and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I just recently had this conversation with my own 16-year-old son, and I was telling him how it's not a badge of honor to rack up a whole lot of bodies while you in high school. You know what I mean? That's not nothing. That's something that among their peer group, they probably think of it as a badge of honor. I said, but it's nothing cute for a boy to graduate high school with 18, 20 bodies under his belt. I said, because then you lose, when you do that at a young age, you lose the importance of linking intimacy with sex. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You lose the ability to have that connection, and then you can be a male, you could be a thought as much as a man as you can as a woman. You know what I mean? And there's nothing cute about it either way.
you lose connection, you become desensitized, and you don't catch feelings. You know, you got so many girls and so many different women that you're talking to. You find somebody that you love, you just don't fall in love because you got all of these girls in your DM and all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, being in high school, having a girlfriend in a respectful, loving relationship, whether you had sex or not, you loved her. That was your girlfriend. That was the girl you walked home from school and you spent your time with or whatever. You learned love. You understand?
Absolutely.
And it's just kind of different. You just really don't see a whole lot of that anymore because everybody like, you know, I want to be single. I just want to be me or whatever. You know, you want to be with somebody back in the day. And that's what I try to encourage, to have a loving, respectful relationship. And if you do decide,
because what that does in the long run is when your young boy becomes a man, like Kay was saying, it allows him to have a proper level of maturity and a healthy level of intimacy. But when you introduce it too young, you might mess up a boy's maturity. So when he becomes a man, the way he associates intimacy and, you know, it just becomes very convoluted.
And even here's another thing, when we all out, whatever, my sons open the car door for my daughters. If they on that side of the car, get out, open like my daughter, you know, you have to open the door for her. You have to open, you know, I took my daughters out on dates and taught them this is what a date looked like when we go to the movies, stuff like that, and opening the car door for her and teaching her and sending her flowers. Sending her stuff on Valentine's Day, making her feel loved and special. So what it does, it raises her standards. You understand? Yes. So when you come with this half-ass stuff that you coming with, it's not gonna mess with her mind because she know better and she has been conditioned to a certain conditioned with Pavlov's dog psychology 101. She's conditioned to a certain kind of love and which she deserves.
That is a good dad.
Especially if she's a respectful woman and she's not doing things that a lot of girls do. Like I don't allow my daughters to do certain things on social media. You know, I had a big fight with my youngest daughter about certain things on social media. You know, when you take pictures, you cross your ankles. I'm a man. I had to teach my daughter how to properly cross their ankles. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. I know what to look for because I know what I'm looking for in a woman. You know, sophistication is not bougie. You know, there's nothing wrong with going on YouTube and learning etiquette and all that kind of stuff. For boys and girls, men need to know how to tie a tie and how to shake hands and how to play the game and how to switch it up. You know, and try to fit in with all races and all culture. It takes training, and if you don't know, it's on YouTube. Everything that has to do with etiquette is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The information is there. So this is a good topic, though. Something we should.
Yeah, I just wanted to stress the fact that our black men, our little black boys, are as important as our little black girls, and we need to raise them with the same level of purity and dignity that we're raising one another. Now, when it comes to things that girls do and boys do, yes, those are different things. But when it comes to purity, the boy is no different than the girl. They need the same kind of love and the same kind of raising. And thank you for listening to Eva's Corner today, Ricky, because, you know,
that was good.
Get a little icky when you start talking about stuff like that and how you raise your kids. But these are different times. And so I feel like it's a proper platform for us to talk about, you know, things that we want to change and how we want to do better with raising our children.
There it is, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you for that, Eva. We'll do a lot more of that, man. We got the front page coming up next on Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
The Ricky Smiley Morning Show, baby. How much money?